There are 7 key points in Harry's journey, 7 moments where the right decision held back the storm. But if at any one of those moments he had chosen differently, Harry could have become something else entirely. A dark wizard forged not by obsession with blood purity or immortality, but by grief, isolation, and the belief that no one else could fix the world but him. The Philosopher's Stone. Harry never walks away from the mirror. Night after night, Harry sat and stared into the mirror for hours. To see his parents alive, smiling at him with pride and love. In those moments, he felt like he finally knew how the other children felt to have a family. Dumbledore warned him that the mirror offered only illusion, and that many wizards had lost themselves in obsession as they saw their greatest desires in the mirror, longing for it to become real. We know Dumbledore moved the mirror after that, and Harry let his desire go before it became obsession. But what if he hadn't moved on? What if Harry had already been overwhelmed with obsession? If Harry had held too tightly to the thought of being with his parents, to have them smiling at him like they had in the mirror, the lines between fantasy and reality might have begun to blur. All he wants is for his parents, his family, to be with him again. And when Voldemort offers him the chance to bring them back, Harry would have surely been tempted. But Voldemort, of course, wouldn't really share the stone, nor its power. So when Harry couldn't bring his parents back, when it failed, something broke. And in the moments that followed after defeating Voldemort and Quirrell, Harry begins to wonder, if love can't bring them back, maybe power can. Chamber of Secrets. Harry keeps the diary. He should have destroyed it. Instead, he guarded it, hides it from Hermione, from Ron, from everyone. The voice inside it was comforting, familiar. A boy like him, alone, misunderstood, special. If Harry had kept the diary close and secret, Ginny would have never had the chance to reclaim it, and slowly, Tom Riddle would have poisoned Harry's mind, just as he had done to Ginny. And Harry, already feeling alone, would have gladly listened. Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry kills Sirius Black. When Harry learned the story that had been kept from him, how Sirius Black had betrayed his parents and served them up to Voldemort, his anger was all-consuming. Even at his best, Harry longed to see Sirius punished for what he did. The Dementor's kiss, or even to kill the man himself. So when Harry stood over Sirius Black in the Shrieking Shack, the man both wandless and helpless, Harry didn't ask questions. He didn't wait. By the time Lupin arrived to share the truth he'd discovered, Sirius was gone, murdered by the boy he'd called his godson. And Pettigrew still escapes. Dumbledore hides the truth of what happened from the world. After all, he still needs Harry for his own plan. The Ministry believes Black has fled and disappeared once again. And Harry? He smiles less, sleeps less. He stops trusting stories. Because he'd believed a lie once, and it showed him a side of himself he didn't know was there. Goblet of Fire. Harry places his trust in Barty Crouch Jr. Everyone turned their backs. His classmates bullied him, the Ministry failed to help him, even Ron walked away when Harry most needed him. But Mad-Eye Moody believed him. He said he knew that Harry didn't enter the Triwizard Tournament, and he took it upon himself to help. He guided Harry, made sure he had every chance to succeed, taught him to consider every angle and plan for every outcome. And when he showed the forbidden curses, Harry learned that too. When the fight with Voldemort comes, it's not Expelliarmus that Harry depends on. But again, his parents appear. Their memories, ghosts, echoes, they stand beside him. After the battle, once Cedric is dead, Harry dwells on that memory and begins to wonder how he can bring them back permanently. Even after the truth came out, that Moody was Barty Crouch Jr. all along, Harry didn't forget the lessons he'd learned from the man. He didn't want to, because once again he'd learned he couldn't count on anyone but himself. Order of the Phoenix. Harry embraces his anger. No one listened to him. No one seemed to trust him. Not Dumbledore, not the Ministry, not his friends. They coddled him, treated him like a risk. The Ministry began showing its corruption and ineptitude. Umbridge was placed at Hogwarts to keep everyone in line. And this time, Harry's had enough. He stops resisting the fire in his chest, and he lets it burn. The pain, the betrayal, the injustice. It all becomes fuel. No more waiting for help. No more asking permission. Anger becomes clarity. And clarity is control. The Order wanted a weapon. Now, they have one. It's just not the one they expected. Half-Blood Prince. Harry lets Draco die. The bathroom was filled with blood. In canon, Harry runs for help. But in this story, he only watches. He watches the boy who mocked him, threatened him, made his life as difficult as possible every single year, bleed out on the floor. And Harry feels no guilt. Snape arrives too late. Draco is dead. The school mourns the tragedy. But Harry tells himself, it had to happen this way. There was no place for hesitation anymore. Once again, Dumbledore hides the truth. He still needs Harry for his plan, which teaches Harry that accountability is not something that ever applies to him. It's something for lesser people, not for the boy who lived. Deathly Hallows. Harry keeps the Hallows. The cloak, the stone, the wand. The Hallows promised everything he'd ever wanted. Together, they meant mastery of death. Finally, the way to bring his parents back. This time, when Voldemort falls, Harry doesn't give up the wand. He doesn't drop the stone. He doesn't hide the cloak. And when the dust of the Battle of Hogwarts has settled, and Voldemort is gone and the world feels safe for only a breath, Harry doesn't stop. He steps forward. Harry has learned that he can't trust anyone but himself to get things done. That everyone will lie to him, use him, try to ruin him, all for their own selfish goals. The Ministry failed to be effective at every turn. Dumbledore failed to protect the children. The Order failed to stop Voldemort from taking over. Only Harry had ever succeeded. He could only trust himself to keep the world safe. And the only way to do that was to control it. This version of Harry isn't feared like Voldemort, nor is he loved like Dumbledore, but he is obeyed. Because he knows better. He is still the chosen one, but now he chooses himself.